everyone, my name's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title, this video is going to be a update on my resolutions, because if you're like me and you haven't looked at your resolutions since mid-January possibly, it's a bit of a problem. So I always feel like I make these resolutions and then I look back at them at the year and I'm like, I've achieved half of them, I've achieved a quarter of them, I've achieved one thing from the list. So I feel like it's really important to actually check in with your resolutions, otherwise you kind of just forget what you were doing and it's sort of like a bit hit and miss whether actually you're going to achieve them or not. So what I want to do today is actually go through my list of resolutions and just sort of spark my memory a little bit of what I was writing, why I wrote them, and some ways I'm going to get back on track. So seeing as it is mid-year, it is currently May, I thought it was a really good time to actually look at my resolutions before the year progresses too much. I feel like a lot of people's goals for the year may have been put on hold because of the coronavirus, and I completely understand that. I feel like a couple of mine have shifted due to that, but then again, I feel like because of that, maybe we should be looking at our resolutions and tweaking them a bit, rather than just saying, well, because of that situation, I'm not going to achieve any of my goals anymore, and kind of looking at it as like just re-looking at things that maybe you could do differently or anything like that. So I've got my list here. So where is it? Yeah, you can tell I have not looked at it. So here we go. So my three most important goals, so I put three kind of key goals. I'm just looking at my book here. I have my three overarching goals, and then I have like little things under them. So I have goal 1 is health related things, number 2 is business and money, and number 3 is university. So let's dive into health. So my first thing was to move every day. Now I feel like with this, I actually have achieved this because I am working way more than I was. I'm also working in a more physical job than I was at the start of the year. So I feel like 100% I am moving so much more. I'm doing like really long shifts in a very physical work environment. So I actually feel like that one's not going too bad. I just wanted, yeah, I feel like it's good because this reminds me that this is what I wanted to do. And it wasn't just what I was doing, it was making it a consistent thing. So I definitely want to, on my days off from work at least, try and get a bit of a workout in, even if it's just some stretching. Like I've always really wanted to be one of those people who get up in the morning and do some yoga and just sort of stretch. So I feel like that is something I definitely want to be looking into in the future. Definitely something I want to be implementing very soon. So the next one is a healthy sleep routine. Oh, okay. This is actually good. I actually feel like I haven't completely ignored all of these, because my sleep routine is going so good. I'm so happy with where I'm at with it. I'm having, yeah, such a good routine, waking up way earlier than I used to, going to bed quite early. So yeah, I can quite confidently say that that one's actually going really well. Third one is increased meal variety. Ooh, okay. I mean, not really. I haven't achieved this one yet. So I'm actually about to go to the supermarket and get some food and sort of just get some different sorts of food. So that's definitely one that I need to remind myself of. So that definitely hasn't been implemented. Next one is reduced screen time. I mean, more or less it has, because I feel like my screen time hasn't reduced, but my reasons for going on my phone have changed. So I don't just like mindlessly scroll anymore. I feel like it's definitely a bit more purposeful and from a business mindset than it was previously. So I kind of feel like it has, and I think what I meant with that was that unnecessary screen time was what I wanted to reduce, and I definitely feel like that has. So that is good. So the next one here is improve my personal style. So if you watched my video a little while ago, I did a video where I got dressed and did my hair and makeup every day for a week. And I feel like from that, that kind of kick-started me sort of getting ready and doing everything like that. And I've been watching definitely a lot more fashion content. I've been really diving into fashion related videos, looking at like New York Fashion Week and everything like that. So I can actually say that that one, I would say that it has actually improved. So that is all of my sort of health and well-being sort of things. So actually not going too bad. I feel like 50-50. I'm pretty actually on top of things, so that's actually really good. So the next thing is business and money. I have 5,000 YouTube subscribers, 5,000 Instagram followers, and $5,000 in my bank. So I feel like with money, I'm definitely on track with that. I'm really happy with that. Been working a lot, saving a lot, so that's really good. YouTube and Instagram, I mean, 5,000 was definitely like a bit of a push. I'm almost at 600 with YouTube and I'm over 1,000 on Instagram, and I feel like timesing up by 5, it's definitely ambitious and it's definitely something that I'm continuously working on, but I don't think, like, it's almost the middle of the year, and I guess to achieve that I should be like 2.5 now, so I'm still quite a while off, but I feel like it's still good to have that goal just to push for it, and I feel like I am working really hard in both those departments. Okay, the next thing is work with brands. So I'm working with a couple of brands at the moment, so there's a couple of brands I am collaborating with, so definitely doing that. And also the next thing is continue my job, so I'm still got that job, so I'm really happy there, and that is that. So that is goal number 2. Third thing is university. So the 3 things under that is prepare for my placement, complete it, and then finish my degree. So I have just started preparing for my placement, and this is like a thing later in the year, so it's kind of hard to like see how I'm going with that, but I have just started slowly preparing for that place. So the first thing I feel like with achieving your goals is, number 1 is reviewing your goals. So if you're not looking at your goals on, I say, monthly basis, maybe, I mean, I don't do this, I'm just thinking about things that would help me, is I want to look at my goals on a monthly basis, because I feel like just refreshing them in my mind would be really helpful to see what I'm on track with. And actually doing this has helped me realize things that I'm kind of letting fall away and things that I'm actually doing really well with, and kind of rewarding myself. I feel really proud that there's a couple of them that are going really strong so far. So I feel like, yeah, just refreshing in your mind what your goals were. Number 2 is adjusting anything that may not be reasonable. So you maybe you set up a really big goal, and just with everything going on at the moment, it might not be feasible. Say you had travel plans in your goals and that might not be feasible. Maybe you might have to do like a local travel rather than overseas. Just sort of adjusting your goals to suit the current situation, I feel like is a really good step to do. Also, you may actually have found by looking at your goals, you may have actually achieved quite a few of them. So maybe you could set yourself some new goals and things to work on to push yourself even harder if you are closer to reaching this goal and it's not even the middle of the year. Maybe adding a couple more on there would be really good. And we are constantly growing, so maybe the goals you set don't align with you anymore and you've changed what you're doing completely. So setting some new fresh goals might be really motivational, kind of like, you know, in like that January period where you just feel like really determined and you have all this motivation and you just really want to get started, but then by like mid-February that kind of has gone. So I think just like reconnecting with those goals and resetting some goals might be a really good idea. And also looking at goal planning in terms of SMART planning, so SMART. So looking into planning your goals within that. Maybe you just need somebody to keep you accountable, so having an accountability partner, somebody you can talk to, someone who's going to check in with you and your goals, might actually help you achieve them. Maybe just by telling somebody, hey, I'm doing this, and then instantly you feel like you owe them something, or like you just feel like you can't let them down by not doing it. So I feel like you're more likely to achieve your goal then. And also realizing that like small incremental changes make the biggest difference. So just try for 10% better. Just do a little bit better. Small changes over time will then add up to really big changes. And I feel like slow and steady is always just the best method for anything that you're wanting to change. So yeah, that's everything I have in terms of resetting your yearly goals for 2020 and just talking through my goals. I feel like, yeah, definitely very important to just refresh your goals and look in on them every once in a while. Also, another thing, I know, as I say, motivation probably will dwindle, but really just focus on creating those daily habits which are going to set you up so that you don't even need motivation. It just becomes second nature to you. So I hope you really got something of value out of this, and this actually just, even if it just reminds you that your 2020 goals are there and that you did write them in a notebook and you scribbled them down somewhere on January 1st and you haven't looked back at them since, but definitely check back in with them, check back in with how you're feeling and update them. And I wish you all the very best with your 2020s. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.